So guys, in this video, we're going to dive deep. We're going to talk about lessons your father should have taught you. And I'm going to give you some principles. And I'm going to talk about skills that every man should have to incorporate in their lifestyle for you to become the best version of yourself. Let's get into this topic. It's your boy Kurt, Wealth and Fitness Lifestyle. Please do me a favor if you're new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell to get future content. And while you at it too, smash that like button for me. Thank you everybody who subscribed to the channel so far. My name is Curtis Miller. And on this platform and channel, we talk about fitness, finance, self-improvement, anything and everything that can overall help you to improve your lifestyle and become the best version of yourself. Thank you everybody who supported and brought their copy of Wealth and Fitness, The Keys to Self-Improvement. This is my first book. It's available on Amazon right now. Matter of fact, let's drop the promotion. Guys, the book is finally here. Wealth and Fitness, The Keys to Self-Improvement. If you're looking over and improve your lifestyle and improve your fitness and finance, this book can serve as a step-by-step blueprint guide for you. Do me a favor, go on Amazon.com right now where you can purchase the book. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let's get fit, let's gain wealth, let's improve our lifestyle. So, I did this book. We dropped it back in November. I'm actually working and just completed my second book. I'm about to go my first round editing. And that's the topic of today. And that's what we're going to talk about today. My second book is 10 Principles of Manhood. So these are my principles that I live my life by. And every man should have a set of principles, non-negotiable principle standards that at the end of the day, they don't pivot from. This is what you wholeheartedly believe in, and this is what you follow as a man, right? Now, everybody's principles will differ, but obviously, and hopefully they're all centered around the same things. I did a video and watched that video, my 10 Principles of Manhood, and I utilized my principles in the chapter of my book to outline what I mean, and I use examples of what my father instilled in me growing up as wise in my principle and these lessons. So what I'm going to talk about today, and this is going to be a tough conversation, and hopefully all you guys out there find value in reference to the content in these principles and how you're going to utilize everything that I'm sharing with you in your lifestyle. If you are a father, if you are just a man on your journey, a man on your mission, these are things that you need to do and things you should look at. You know, I was fortunate to have a father. I have 5 brothers. I have a twin sister. And my father was tough. And he instilled in me certain principles and values and certain things that I've seen growing up. You know, it's not about always what you teach. It's what you as a parent, is what you show your kids and setting that example. And a lot of things that I've seen growing up with my father, he didn't necessarily teach me, but I saw him and I seen the way he moved. I seen the way he operate. And I said, wow, man, this is kind of the things that I want to be. So the first thing that I want to talk about and I want to share with you is 10 characteristic traits that are key lessons that you should learn from your father, and your father as a man should instill in you as his son. And I'm going to go over some skills that you should have learned, and hopefully you can still learn, that could help you become the best version of yourself as a dominant man. So let's get into this. First thing is confidence. You know, one of the lessons your father should have taught you is how to be confident. If you want to be successful, if you want to be a person that is focused on their mission, their drive, their purpose and mission in life, you need to be confident. And that's the first thing your father should show you. Not necessarily teach you, but show you is how that confidence in, standing up for yourself, speaking your mind, not being afraid to, jump out there and, address issues or circumstances or situations. That confidence is also shown by your father, and that's a lesson that he should instill in you. That's one thing you should learn about your father, a lesson from your father. Number 2, integrity. This is important because as a man, you should be a man of integrity. You should have, like I said, morals, principles, guidelines, and expectations that are non-negotiable, that can't be broken. Okay? Number 3, which your father should have taught you, is, and if you see me looking, I'm looking at my notes here, and this is one of my favorites, leadership. to be a respected man, I did a video about this and actually did it really well about how to be a respected man. I gave an analogy, and I'm also writing this in my book. There's different archetypes, right? You have the showman, the shower. You have the soldier who's a doer. You have the talker who has the gift for the gab. And then you have the general, which encompasses all those traits, which is the leader. And as a leader, you're the person that commands presence, that dominance, that no matter what, you're the person that's going to stand in the forefront and bite the bullet. You're the person that's going to stand in the forefront to be the speaker, and it's going to take accountability of their own actions and the actions of others, that's an important characteristic trait of leadership. Number 4 is selfishness. And a strong man that possesses, some people don't have a natural ability and not are born with certain traits, right? And certain things you learn and develop. Selfishness is looking at your priorities and being selfish of what's important to you. It's not about, not giving to others. It's more about giving more to yourself so you become the best version of yourself as a man. Okay? Number 5, being authentic. Speaking confident, being mature, being mentally sound, where you understand that speaking your truth is what's going to have people respect you and want to be around you and learn from you. Your father should also always teach you to be authentic, because you're being yourself. No matter what, good, bad, right, or wrong, you stay true to who you are as in yourself, and you don't apologize for it. You're unapologetically about who you are as a man. Next, courage. This is big, because a lot of us have the fear of the unknown, and this is something that I remember when I was 18 years old. Right, my father. I remember I wasn't doing too good my first year of college, and I'm very intelligent, and my father said, you're very smart. He said, your problem is you're afraid of success, and I was like, what the hell you mean? And now I understand that sometimes in order to face adversity, face your fears, you need to develop the courage to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to do this whether if I win or fail. And that's important, because courage pushes you past your limits and your desires. And if you don't have that characteristic trait, you'll never know what possibilities you have or what you'll be able to do or come. Like me writing my first book, like me starting a YouTube channel, like me losing weight, like me becoming really having success in my professional career, and starting my businesses. I never would have thought that I can accomplish all those things if I didn't have courage. Next, strength. And one of my principles as a man is thou shalt stay mentally and physically strong. And strength is not just physically, but it's also mentally. The mental component of stress is important, because with mental strength, it comes consistency and discipline, which equals results. And without that strength, that mental strength and capacity to say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to not eat this, and I'm going to stick to this diet. Being strong where you could stand up for yourself physically. Someone, tests you as a man, you know how to physically protect yourself. And that's important. My father had me in boxing growing up. My father had me in a lot of different martial arts. I'm actually taking martial arts now. My son is in martial arts too. That's where I got it from. So you see, my father instilled in me the importance of strength and protecting yourself, and I'm teaching my son that as well. Next, ruthless. You got to be ruthless. You got to be cutthroat. Sometimes, if you play chess, if you're a chess player like me, the game of chess in life is always putting your pieces in the right positions so they can go out and get the things you want to do. And sometimes you got to be ruthless. When I think about back in the prehistoric times when villages was raided, and people overcame, dominated territories and dominated other civilizations because of power. And sometimes in order for you to get power, you got to be cutthroat and ruthless out here, because it ain't no fucking joke. Okay. Next, that maintaining masculine frame. This is important because your frame, like my father, right? The motherfucker did not smile. The motherfucker did not laugh. He would come on the block, right? We grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. My father would walk through the block with his uniform on from work. You know, he worked for transit for over 30 years. Ain't nobody fuck with him, man. My father had this dominant masculine frame. And like when he spoke to you and he was a little happy, he didn't even smile. He snarled like he had this face. Even my friends were scared of him. Like I had friends when my father would walk up on the stoop because we used to chill outside on the block, and they'd be so like, father coming. They wouldn't speak, and my father says, "Yo, tell your friends to speak when I come in my house." And that masculine frame, like nobody fucked with him. And sometimes we as men, and that's just something that I noticed, that we're a little goofy, we're a little too playful, and that's when you get tested a lot, right? So having that dominant masculine frame, the perception you give to other people is that you don't fuck around. That's the perception, right? And my father gave that perception, maintaining a masculine frame, that he meant business and he did not fuck around. And that's important, because people will take you seriously and people will respect you more because you have that masculine dominant frame.